Get this, just 20 minutes apart.
This story is really interesting. They were married for 63 years. Their faith was strong until the very end.
This is the one people are going to be talking about today, I think. A really touching story. Henry and Jeanette Lang married back in 1953. He was a Korean War vet, and she was a musician and a mother to their 5 children. Their kids got a call from the nursing home saying they both weren't doing very well. Jeanette was 87. She suffered from Alzheimer's disease. Henry was 86, and he was battling prostate cancer. It was just recently that Henry joined his wife in the same room at the nursing home after his condition got worse. Jeanette passed away Sunday at 5:10.
And she passed away very, very peacefully. My brother Keith said to my dad, he said, "Dad, Mom," and he looked very intently over where Mom was. And then he closed his eyes back down and he just laid back down, and he died about 5 or 10 minutes after that.
Wow.
Wow, I just got chills.
Get this, so the clock said 5:30 when Henry went to heaven, just 20 minutes after his beloved wife. And it doesn't end there. The clock on the wall in that room, it stopped working at 5:30. So it's been sitting at 5:30 since both of them passed away. You just can't explain it, right?
You can't even write that script.
You can't write it. You can't explain. A lot of people saying that was just a sign from God that this was the right time for that couple to be done.
Absolutely.
So,
Wow.
Pretty
good story.
Very, very touching story. All right, coming up, dozens of kids have been removed from a group home by the state. We spoke to the man who runs that home, and we're going to have the latest. We're going to hear from him. That's coming up next.
CBS 5 News brought to you by My Guy Referrals.
If you text while driving, you are 23 times more likely to be involved in a crash. Please don't text and drive. And if you're ever injured, call.
Here at American Furniture Warehouse. It's never too early to start your back-to-school shopping, and American Furniture Warehouse is the perfect place to start. We have everything you need to make the most out of small spaces, from comfy love seats to convertible futons and desk sets that fit any size and space. Add a little decor with bookcases and accent pieces that let your personality shine.
Artist and designer Ikini Ijeoma noticed people moving around the city without even raising their eyes from their screen, so he invented an app called Look Up. He says he hopes the app will help people reconnect with the city around them.
There's the safety part of the project, but mostly this project is about empathy.
Okay. Well, the app runs in the background. Using GPS, it actually alerts a user when they approach an intersection. So that part is kind of cool. I thought, well, if you have to go to the app constantly.
Right.
But if it's just running in the background,
as long as
it's going to say, whoa, heads up.
You're coming up to an intersection. As long as Pikachu doesn't pop up somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's only available in New York, but if it works, they'll spread it to other cities across the U.S.
Well, a prehistoric find in the most unusual of places. This is in Idaho. Years ago, experts from Utah State confirmed it was a tusk that came from a Columbian mammoth. Scientists say the mammoths stood about 12 feet tall, roamed the area 15,000 years ago. Here's a closer look at it right here. Casey says he is considering loaning the tusk to museums for display.
You're watching Fox 10 AZAM. With Troy Hayden, Andrea Robinson, Ron Hoon, Celeste Rodriguez, and Corey McCloskey.
Well, coming up, firefighters race against time to save a man who fell into an underground grain silo. 2 men jumped in to try and save him.
And then that massive computer outage at Delta grounded flights. They tried to get the system back up and working yesterday. But this morning, the problems aren't over yet, what we're learning.
And Tropical Storm Javier wreaking havoc across the coast of Baja. Javier's next stop is going to come right here to Arizona, Core.
That's his plan. We'll see.
Is he a welcome guest?
Sierra Vista's not too wild about him right now.
Okay.
Yeah. He's already starting to work his way into Arizona, at least the outer bands of that rainfall.
Areas or maybe some leaks, you might want to try and take care of stuff really quick. You might have about 6 hours at best before things start to develop. These storms will be coming in wave after wave, on and off throughout our area. Outside right now, 90 degrees.
In, well, some pretty big trouble this morning. There he is for his first hearing, what he's accused of doing to a teenage girl. That has him now facing charges.
Plus, Arizona has recently voted Republican in the last presidential elections, but could it turn
preparing for the worst and hoping for the best?
Yes.
Forecasts like these that involve
Last round of storms, Ian.
Yeah, you know, we are clear right.
Three of them lost consciousness. The 61-year-old man died.
Once they go below ground and it's already an oxygen deficient atmosphere.
Mini stack right here. Traffic in all directions on all those valley freeways looks really nice. We are seeing a little bit of slowing pop up on the west side for you folks coming in on the I-10 eastbound. Heaviest slowing right around 59th Avenue, but other than that, we are clear and accident free.
All right, Heidi, thank you. The valley bracing for a lot of rain tonight as remnants from Tropical Storm Javier move across our state.
But some places are still cleaning up from our last round of storms. Lena DeFlorius live near 24th Street in Thomas with more on that. Good morning, Lena.
Canyon. Dew points are on the rise as
apparently had been thrown into the dumpster.
But this debate continues to get personal. In April, the county supervisor, Andy Kunasik, sent a letter to the president of the D-backs, Derek Hall, saying there has been a false narrative told. Kunasik writes in part, "I suggest you focus on your job, which should be the development of a successful product, a winning team, which will improve the fan experience and in turn will increase ticket sales and reignite a desire for people to attend and watch professional baseball in Arizona." But Hall fired back in a letter saying when Kunasik dropped off his letter, he verbally assaulted Hall and Tom Harris, the executive vice president and CFO. Hall writes that Kunasik said several awful things in the D-backs offices, including, quote, "If it were up to me."
Owners here. Definitely not as excited about rain as I once was here in the desert.
Central Phoenix neighborhood, particularly. Heavy rains flooded out.
Problem, and that's what they're expecting, a possibility for those problems. And last week we were near Central and Thunderbird. They were having the same kind of problem there. Drainage not working to its full capacity, water backing up into people's homes, sandbagging there as well. So a lot of people around the valley getting ready now for potential for severe weather tonight. Guys, back to you.
Lena, thank you. And you do have some time to get prepared before these storms hit.
Shooter, just to keep people informed and on the lookout. And also, Silent Witness is offering a $50,000.
They just had too many applications. Well, right now, you can apply online.
Tuesday traffic with Crystal.
Well, at this time, this is when we
Dozens of children living in a group home have been seized by the state. DCS took them after house managers reported inappropriate sexual contact between two of the kids. And this morning, we're hearing from the man who runs that group home. All 6 of his group homes sit empty this morning after a total of 40.
One of the areas along the freeway that is subject to flooding, as we saw happen last week during that severe storm that moved through here. ADOT officials say they are taking simple steps right now to try and prevent something like this as best they can.
Not creating trauma, and that's exactly what we did.
Well, this man has operated group homes for 12 years now, and with the kids now gone, he says he now has to lay off 40 members of his staff.
A Valley youth pastor is in some big trouble after police say he used his cell phone to record a teenage girl inside a dressing room. Christopher Santos made his first court appearance. Investigators say the mother of the victim caught the youth pastor videotaping her 15-year-old daughter. Now, the guy admitted to police that, yes, he recorded the girl as she was changing her clothes. Santos works as a youth pastor at Grace Fellowship Church in Buckeye. Now, word of his arrest stunned his congregation.
I heard it Saturday afternoon and was deeply shocked.
Older women can be a common problem. Experts believe a new finding could be a game changer.
And confined to a hospital bed, but still finding a way to give back at 91 years old.
Sweet.
You've been injured in
We have a 12 News cone sitting right there. So effectively, that's for Nico, that's for Emma, that's for Jimmy Q, that's for Tram, that's for Crystal, and Matt, sorry, we'll just get you a year's worth of carrots or something. How does that sound?
Celery. Just get me the side of celery, Nico, and we'll call it good, okay?
Whole blue cheese.
Yeah. We can get you some celery. I don't know if he eats blue cheese, but we'll bring you some celery. I think we can make that happen.
No blue cheese.
I'll stay 10 miles away from that.
All right.
Nico.
Thank you, Nico.
He's the best.
So
hey,
cute.
5:36 now, a cult classic, more than 40 years old. Ready for our reboot, Emma? I love this show.
I know, but do you dare remake Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Well, there's been a lot of shows that people have remade,
I
and
know.
you think that should have been untouchable.
Totally.
I don't know, maybe fingers crossed.
I'm hopeful, but it has been more than 40 years. But the Rocky Horror Picture